side here, inside label, you actually see the MBS.
Oh, it...
ET1.
Alright, I'm here at Maestro Guitars.
Yes,
Here
welcome.
Here at also the Guitar Doctor.
Yeah, we all share under one roof.
Yeah.
The Guitar Doctor, Maestro Guitars, and Hozen Guitars.
And Hozen Guitars.
It's all one roof.
3 brands under one roof. And this is none other than Hozen, of course.
Hi guys.
Our pride of Singapore guitar making. So nice to see you again, Hozen.
Yes, it's nice to see you again as well.
Today, Hozen asked me to come here, or rather invited me to come here for a very special thing.
Yep.
What's happening today, Hozen?
Today we have the ET1.
ET1, ET this one.
Yeah, ET1. ET1. So it's called the Elite series.
Elite series.
Elite. E means elite.
Yeah.
T means travel size.
Yeah.
Then -1 because -1 is mahogany back and side. So that was how we actually define our models back then when we had the Elite series.
Yeah.
The last time they appeared in the market was a decade ago.
Oh my gosh! Has it been 10 years?
It has been 10 years.
And I think Hozen, you remember this. So the Elite series is my first guitar that I bought. First proper guitar.
So it was 10 years ago that you started
10
playing
years
guitar.
ago, more than 10 years ago that I started getting serious into guitar. And I told myself, hey, Maestro, Singapore brand, I need to give it a try. And I was blown away by the ED1. I bought the Dreadnought the first time. And then after that, they launched a ET1 as well.
Yes.
But that time I was already trying other guitars as well. So I didn't get to try the ET1.
Yeah.
But today you're telling me this is a new relaunch.
This is a reimagined version of the ET1.
Reimagined version of the ET1. So happy to be seeing this guitar again. So tell us about this ET1.
Well,
What's
this
happening?
one, I think what's happening is basically over the period of 10 years from say 2015 all the way to 2025.
Yeah.
I have been through a lot as well. You know, we all learn. You know, I've amassed I went through a voicing class with Irvin Samoji. You know, I started the Maestro Guitars developed until the private collection.
Yes.
And then after that, you know, I started my own brand, the Hozen Guitars. Yes.
Yeah.
So Hozen Guitars is kind of like the boutique level of what I do.
Yeah.
And with all this experience that I have learned from, or gathered, or you know, accumulated
10
inside
years.
me 10 years.
Wow. Well, it's been 20 years since you started Maestro.
Yes, I started
hasn't it?
Maestro 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the last 10 years was something which is my knowledge of guitar building has kind of like exploded in the past 10 years. So this is something which...
So this is the culmination of all of that experience.
And this was a challenge, honestly. People were like, hey,
Yeah,
you know,
tell us why was this so challenging?
It's challenge because if you have unlimited budget, you can of course build the ultimate machine, right? You know, but this one I was being challenged because we had to build an instrument and launch it in the market for $499.
499.
Singapore dollars, yeah.
So you guys don't know, but 499 for what the features that this guitar has is kind of a steal.
It's plaqued.
Yeah, it's
First
plaqued.
of all, yeah.
Number one is plaque. Wow, going straight into the features. Number is plaque. What is plaque?
Plaque is this robotic machine,
Right.
that you can see in our workshop that actually levels the frets.
Levels the frets. So it ensures
battery
very
smooth
good
action.
playability.
Yeah.
Right.
So playability is soft. Then after that will be the sound. So you can see this soundboard. This is a soundboard which I've kept in my inventory for the past 10 years.
Soundboard. This is the top of the guitar.
Top of the
So this is Sitka spruce.
This Sitka spruce.
Kept for 10 years.
Yes.
What does keeping wood for 10 years do to the wood?
It's like aging fine wine. You know, the top, when you keep it in a very proper environment, you will get better. You know, the crystals, the cells will crystallize, and it will basically have a more responsive top. So you can see we actually have this device in our workshop. We call it the Lucimeter.
Lucimeter.
It measures the speed of sound. So it measures the sound, how fast the sound travels within the soundboard. Wow. And we actually measure it every year. And then we can actually see that the speed of sound increases over the last 10 years. Why I say this is almost impossible to, I would say, replicate for consistently, because you won't have a stockpile of this 10 years wood.
Yeah, why did you keep the wood for 10 years? Like, did you always plan to do something like this, or?
No,
what did
I
you have in
actually
mind?
never planned
Or
for
it's
this.
like a secret stash.
It's my secret stash lah.
Secret stash.
I decided to use it, you know, just use it lah, you know. You know, because this is something which we also want to. This year is also SG60.
SG60. Wow, I think this is such a nice. I feel so happy to come across Maestro Guitars again and try again one of your reimagined guitars. And right at SG60, when we're celebrating all the goodness of Singapore and all the celebration of Singapore artistry and craftsmanship.
So you can see the artistic Singapore elements, you know,
Okay.
inside here. Inside label, you actually see the MBS.
Oh, wow. There's MBS, there's the Art Science Museum.
Yeah.
Art Science Museum, and as well as the Singapore Flyer.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
So, and this is kind of like the very the rosette is made from turquoise
Stone.
stone, and every single rosette, if you look across all the ET1, there will never be a repeat. So it's like our fingerprint like that, you know, is unique, and this rosette will be very unique to this particular instrument. And this rosette reminds you of something. Does this
Pandan leaf.
bangle, jade bangle.
Jade bangle.
Something that where is very we can associate with Peranakan. That is something which very locally Singapore style, you know. So this one is kind of inspired by the Peranakan jade bangle, and also if you look on the head stock, the M here, that's also turquoise.
Oh, it is. It's different, huh?
So it's it does have something special meaning to this for this SG60 as well, yeah.
And lots of great appointments like the Grover tuners.
Yes, the Grover tuners,
Wow,
yeah.
Grover tuners.
You know, I mean, you want to build a great instrument, you got to put great stuff inside. And what is great here, you get branded tuners for what, $4.99, and then you get Elixir strings. You know,
Elixir strings.
these
as
are
well.
Elixir coated strings PB,
Wow.
unbleached, bone nut and cedar.
That was what I noticed. I was like looking, I was like, is this bone? This is bone.
This bone and is not bleached, It's not bleached. That's why it's kind of yellow, because bleaching is a process that actually kills the structure of the bone. It makes it white.
It makes it white, which is more pretty.
Yeah, people like pretty stuff, right?
Yeah.
White, you know.
Yeah.
But then I have never been a believer in terms of bleach bone. I would rather even use plastic than use bleach bone. Because after you soak the bone in bleach, it's all very brittle and
Yeah. So Hozen, tell me about the story of Maestro Guitars.
you see, when I want to do something, I want to do something which is exceptional. You know, it's not I don't even start it. Right now, I just want to focus on getting this particular model ET1 up and rolling. And then after that, we will explore the next step.
I think it's a very good choice because I personally feel that it's very difficult to make a good travel size guitar.
Travel size instrument is more difficult than dreadnought. Why? Because of the vibrating top surface. So I have lesser prime estate to actually work with.
Yeah.
So how do you get a good sound out from a smaller vibrating membrane? I think that is kind of the challenge. Yeah.
I agree. And I think for many guitars of this size, I don't want to name brands, but it struggles with things like bass response. It struggles with things like the neck being too heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one, I mean, generally, this one, of course, is a little bit neck heavy, just a little bit, but I still feel like it doesn't get in the way. I think the bass response for this size is quite incredible.
It sounds like a full-size
So
instrument.
how do you get a good bass response out of such a small size without revealing your trade secrets?
Well, no secret, honestly. I think it's just a balance of the bracing, stiffness, you know, how... Actually, we also hand voice it, you know.
What is hand voicing? What would you do?
Hand voicing is the process of actually using the, you know, when this is a top.
Just the top.
Just the top. I
then you
have some
tung, tung,
pictures
tung,
here. We can show it. So other than that, we'll also be tapping, and then we'll see how responsive the soundboard is.
Yeah.
So for this, it will not go to a point like the Hozen instrument. You know, the Hozen instrument,
course,
you know,
yeah.
I will actually sign on every single piece of the top that I voice. And I do spend at least 2-3 hours sometimes voicing one top.
Oh.
Yeah, but this one kind of like is a batch voice.
Batch voicing.
Batch voicing. So we will, as long as it sort of meet a certain level of response that I'm happy with.
So if I understand you correctly, you're sort of like tapping for certain tones and then adjusting or shaving off the thickness of the wood, changing the bracing to get a certain response
Yes,
that you desire.
that we want,
Then you say, okay, this top is good to go.
Yes.
So even at this price point, $499, every top is individually voiced, and every top the bracing is slightly different.
Everything is different.
Wow.
Everything is unique, including the rosette. That's why I say every rosette is different as well.
So it's really a chance for, you know, everybody, I mean, especially Singaporeans, to own a piece of Singaporean history.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And moving forward, this is something that you can continue to keep at home. This is something that you can continue to grow with you, improve as you go.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've owned guitars for like 10 years, and I know that I will never sell it right now because it has really grown, both in terms of sentimental value and as well as the sound. The sound really changes over time, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I would say this is the best that we can do right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think this has really come such a long way since the Elite series all the way, and then now we've reimagined so many new appointments, so many new enhancements to a guitar. I feel so excited and so happy for Maestro and for Hozen as well.
Thank you so much.
There's still lots more to see, so I'm gonna play the guitar. We'll see how it sounds. And if you're interested in guitar, where can they find this?
They can get online. The guitar shop is our dealer in Singapore.
Guitarshop.sg, is it?
The guitarshop.sg. You can get this instrument through. They have an e-shop, you know. But I will always encourage you to go straight down.
Come here. Over here, no.
Go straight down to the shop.
Peninsula.
To try. Yeah.
Go and try, because every piece is slightly different. Because even if there's the same woods, everything, it's slightly different piece to piece. So
they are hand voiced, hand built, so there will be some uniqueness with each of the models that you're going to lay your hands on, including the rosette. Cannot be repeated.
So come and check it out. ET-1 travel size guitar from Maestro Guitars. Hozen!